Right?
Right. So, Chris Morley here, Dell. I am with famed National Geographic explorer, humanitarian, proud father of awesome and equally free-spirited Liliana, and brand ambassador for Dell Latitude Rugged Mobility Devices. And Mike's been gracious enough to literally come down out of the mountains and spend some time with us mere mortals and talk a little bit about some of the stuff he's doing, and hopefully we've got some solutions for him that will help him accomplish his goals. So Mike, what's been going on, man? What are you doing?
Well, good morning. Had a nice delayed flight last night, so I got in just after 4 this morning. Was able to catch a couple hours of sleep, which is always nice. But sometimes these climbs can be 60-hour pushes, so
Gotcha.
it's all training for training for training, I think. But
Gotcha.
man, beautiful day, and excited to be here to talk with you guys about not only opportunities but possibilities of next level adventures, next level storytelling, next level product testing.
So
And
that's going to include like VR and 360-degree cameras and stuff like that.
absolutely. So one of the big projects is spherical 360 VR storytelling and a new complete style. I mean, really cutting edge, next level. And ultimately, what I'm doing out there is, being out in these expeditions is an incredible honor and privilege
Oh
and
yeah.
experience. But the second best part is being able to share these experiences, this magic, this power, this beauty from the wilderness that very few people are going to experience, especially the places I'm going. And so, of course, one of the things is to bring back that experience, that beauty, that magic, that power. But we've got a lot to talk about. There's big humanitarian projects, conservation projects, incredible ways to test different product in the real lab, which is out in the wild out there, and
Right.
all kinds of amazing stuff to do. You know,
Absolutely. So you were scouting out Greenland recently. Saw some footage of you on stand-up paddleboards, some polar bears, and all that
yeah,
fun stuff. And that's where you're gonna employ all the hardcore VR stuff and
yeah.
360 degree
Well,
cameras. And,
yeah. So the VR, the 360, I'm looking at VR when you have the headset on.
right.
Capture in 360 spherical cameras, and this is full global view in every direction possible. And I've already been capturing for well over a year. So another trip to Greenland, Nepal, Antarctica, coming up Papua New Guinea, Peru, a really huge trip to Greenland, like the top of the top from all of the trips I've done, coming to this moment of now of going to a place and capturing a journey that is on a level that's never been done before. I mean,
That's
it's
awesome.
exciting stuff. I mean, this really is next level, cutting edge,
Yeah.
the future of capturing these trips and being able to share them in
And
so
that,
many
yeah,
ways.
I mean, so you can be there. Now you mentioned Peru. So in Nepal, that was more of a kind of giving back, right? And you brought internet and technology, computers, Dell computers, to some impoverished kids in a village, and you're gonna do
Yeah,
the same thing in Peru, right? So
correct. Yep.
what?
So Nepal was all based on humanitarian work. And of course, all these trips, on a side note, are based with conservation efforts with different scientific teams, work that we're doing, samples we're taking, team efforts out there. But specifically, Nepal was humanitarian based, taking out solar energy to people that don't have electricity, taking out computers to kids that don't have access to computers, and providing internet where they can educate themselves about the planet. I mean, we all have this incredible technology and these learning capabilities and these entertainment capabilities,
Yep.
watching movies, why shouldn't these kids, should all these people around the world have the same luxuries, have
Yeah,
the
we take
same
it for
education?
granted. We
We
got
do.
Netflix on our
Yeah.
phones.
We can help provide, we're also providing water filtration systems, all kinds of different things, but step it up a notch. These kids, these families, they deserve to be able to get on the internet and learn about Greenland or Antarctica or history or anything about the world. And
Yeah.
gosh, what a beautiful thing that we all have this technology. Why not help the world have it as well? For so many different reasons. And it's pretty powerful seeing these kids' faces light up, these families' faces light up that, oh my gosh, we can do this stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
these are people that They don't have computers. They
Right.
barely have electricity, maybe a light bulb or two here and there running off a car battery. And we're bringing full solar technology where they have lights, they have electricity, they can plug in their computers, they can go online. I mean, and these are people we can communicate with on, with video chat. And
Right.
I mean, it's just, we all, you're right, we all take this, I don't think we all take it for granted, but it's easily accessible, right? It's
Absolutely.
right there. And it's an amazing thing to be able to help, even on our own efforts, being the change we want to see.
Absolutely.
And being able to put in the energy that we have to help spread that amazing joy.
So one of the terms that you've coined is joyneering,
Yeah.
and I love that. And so we've been working together for a few years now. We've had this relationship with Dell, and how have you used Dell rugged products to kind of facilitate bringing that joy to people and bringing back these amazing experiences to those of us sitting on the couch?
Well, a couple things come to mind. First, it's teamwork. It's so many people involved to make this stuff happen. Such a huge team from Dell, from our team going out in the field to collaboration to communication and to ultimately bringing that joyneering. Like mountaineering, like engineering, joyneering, finding a way to create joy, to emanate joy. And I mean, the support, to make this stuff possible is financially a burden. And a huge teamwork to pay for all this to make it happen, but to bring the computers out there to bring that kind of joy, and I mean it's just all teamwork. And so, but working with Dell Rugged specifically, that's been amazing because I go on these expeditions. This is aside from the humanitarian and conservation work, but as far as creating the best technology, you have to take it into the real lab. You can take it through all these tests in the labs and science and lab coats and you name it, which is an important part of this equation. But when you take it out to the deep jungle, to minus 50 degrees,
Sure.
to all these places around the world, putting stuff on camels and traveling for miles, taking it in the vertical or climbing, you get the immaculate mayhem of the real test for this
Right.
technology that really does end result the toughest stuff you can get out there.
Yeah.
And so when you're taken into the most rugged place on the planet, you're going to get the best results. And it's
What is
It's
the
pretty
most
powerful.
rugged place you've been to? What's the toughest where you've sat there, it's cold or it's hot or it's wet, and you're thinking to yourself, wow, this is you're kind of out there in places that people just don't go. It's just not that accessible. And I've seen you in places like that, and you're able to pull out a rugged laptop and get on Skype with your
Yeah.
satellite
Yeah.
connection and talk to your daughter Liliana, who
Yeah.
you bring along
Yeah,
these
yeah.
days to some of these things.
Well, that's a good point. We can talk about her. She's the one who started the Joyneering Fund, and this is her 501c3 nonprofit,
Awesome.
which is now official, and she wants to change the world.
That's
so
awesome.
a 13,
And she's 13 years old.
13-year-old girl, and the beautiful thing about it is not only the change and the difference and the importance of this right now, especially in today's day and age with politics, with mayhem, acting locally and globally, but inspiring her generation and the next generations to make giving back a normal part of your life, which is
Yeah.
a big deal. If we can shift, it's normal to give back to your community, to your society, both locally and globally. That will change the world, and everyone will be the change they want to see, whether they like it or not. It'll just, hey, we need to give back. But going in just real quick on the most extreme, most intense environments. I mean, the deep jungle is some serious stuff.
Yeah.
And you've seen some of that
Yeah.
with Dell
Yeah.
Rugged, but you take that to the opposite end to where you're in minus 67 degrees. It gets pretty tough out there. And you've heard me say pre-joy. There's
Yeah.
some serious pre-joy that comes out there, and then you get the real joy. But immaculate mayhem,
Immaculate
and there's a beautiful thing, and I don't want to call it suffering, because when you choose to go on these trips, when you choose to go and take these challenges, that's a special type of that pre-joy. It's, I think suffering is a whole different subject. When you don't choose the suffering, that can be real in life, when
Yeah.
real stuff goes down. But when out there and when you're choosing these self-inflicted challenges, that's a powerful situation. And it's great bringing these products out and testing it.
That's awesome. Well, I know the challenge we're facing right now is we're both hungry. So
That's a big challenge. Yeah.
let's go
I
in and
see
get
I
some.
see some breakfast sandwiches coming.
Yep, let's get some bagels, some coffee,
Awesome.
and we'll start our day.
Fire it up, man.
See you guys.
Rock on.